Hello again, gang. Welcome back to another Football Manager 2023 experiment with me, Jayhuahua, and today we're continuing on our quest through the hidden attributes, and this one, we're looking at ambition. You know, you've seen the thumbnail, so without further ado, let's get into it. So we've got unambitious Umberto, who is French. They've got the usual 90 out of 200 current ability, but they've got 200 potential as ever, with the hidden attributes all at 20s, except 10 for controversy, 10 for dirtiness, injury proneness at 1, of course, 20s for everything else, except ambition is at 1. And we've got Alessandro Ambition. We could have called him Ambitious Alessandro, really. Too late. This is where we are. The sim has happened. I always do English, so I decided we'll go off piste. We've gone French and Italian today with the ambition. Alessandro is Italian. Umberto is French. There's not much more to say about that. That is the intro to this experiment. Let's jump through a year, see where they end up. Okay, so straight off the bat, we see that Alessandro has gone to Regina in Italian Serie B. Improved to 103 out of 200, 13 attribute points. Umberto is at OG Nice in Ligue 1. He has played, I imagine, for Nice 2. Yes, he has. Nice 2. He's played once, though, for Nice. Off the bench. Nice. 22 in 38 for Nice 2. But he's only improved 6 attribute points. It's a little bit early to say ambition is having a huge effect. Because Regina, let's have a look at Regina. Training facilities good. Filippo Inzaghi in charge. Training facilities excellent at Nice. So Nice have got the better training facilities. So that goes against it, doesn't it? Is ambition that important? Because Umberto's got a professional personality, whereas Alessandro is also professional. So they, on the face of it, they look like they've got exactly the same personality. So there's no distinguishing between them. Because he's still got one for ambition. Anyway. I don't know. We'll see, won't we? We'll see as it goes a bit further into it. But that already a 7 gap. It's making me think that we're going to jump through. I don't want to jump through 3 years like I normally would. I've not really checked much yet, so we're going to straight away. We're going to jump through again 2 more years. Till I'm 18, nearly 19. So back in 2025, they're still at Nice and Regina respectively. Umberto is wanted by Firth on loan, and Alessandro is wanted by 15 clubs. And let me tell you, they are all in for a transfer. He's transfer listed by request because he wants to leave the club. Happiness. Wants to move to a club with a stronger squad. Filippo Inzaghi must be livid down at average training facilities as well. But having said that, I can understand why he wants to go to a club with a stronger squad, because he's very ambitious, isn't he? This is where we're starting to see it. In terms of the attribute analysis, well, he's transfer listed by request. He's worth very little for someone with 200 potential. He is, let's see, good suitors. So you've got Roma. They're probably the biggest team so far. Fiorentina are very good. Lazio, Real Sociedad, who are, well, there's major interest from all of them, to be fair. I don't know why Real Sociedad is the one showing up here. It's believed that ambition, his preferred choice of move would be Lazio. The only English team in for him would be Sheffield United, who are in the English Premier Division. Tottenham have won it in the 3rd year. Unai Emery in charge of Spurs. Who have they bought? Oh, Angelo. Everyone's favourite wonder kid from previous FMs. Gerson, decent player. Pedro Porro. Dejan Kulusevski. They were already scheduled to happen, I believe. They brought Dennis Sirkin back from Sunderland for £6 million. That kept happening. They kept putting bids in for him on the last FM for him, and he always turned them down. Well, he went this time, and then he made £250,000 loss. Didn't play all season for him. What was he doing? Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Of course, Alessandro is pushing for that move because he's an ambitious fellow. Umberto, on the other hand, for some reason he's worth so much more. Doesn't look like he wants to move from Nice. Playing, he is 16 attribute points worse off, which he went on loan to Caen. He then played for Nice 2 again. He's only really made a handful of appearances, and it seems like they're all off the bench. So he's never started a game for the Nice first team. Whereas Alessandro, just looking over his stats for Regina, he's actually He's just ripped it up in Serie B in this most recent season. Let's be real. Where they finished 5th. I can understand why he wants to leave. So we're going to jump through a little bit more. He's going to move, is Alessandro, probably this summer. So do we check back in a year? Yeah, we do, don't we? Yeah, I'm going to jump through one more year. But if you like this kind of video, I'm just going to ask you now, drop a like on the video. Really appreciate it. Oh, the gap was 16. Well, the gap is now 21. Umberto is on loan at Firth. That was always scheduled to happen. We thought that was going to be the case. And he scored 21 in 32 appearances. His contract, he's only here till the 30th of the 6th. So he's going back to Nice in 4 days' time. But Alessandro, well, all those clubs that wanted him, he didn't go to any of them. Manchester City came in for 7.25 million and he scored 10 goals, in 25 games. 17 of those off the bench, but when you're playing second fiddle to, I assume, Erling Haaland, and Marcus Leonardo's there, who went from Real Madrid. We're detouring, gang. We're off. 28.5 million Real Madrid paid for him. What a bit of business that is. He broke into the first team, and to be fair, a goal every other game. For Real Madrid, you want a bit more than 12 and 25, from my perspective. And Man City paid £66 million. That's a £37.5 million profit in 2 years. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. James Ward-Prowse here at Man City. But anyway, Alessandro at Manchester City in his first season, as we said, 10 goals in 25 games, 17 of those off the bench. He has got 4 goals in 6 appearances for the Italian national team. And if we compare to Umberto Unambitious Umberto, should I say, Alessandro is just streaking clear. Absolutely. No caps for Umberto. 137 out of 200 he is, whereas Alessandro is at 158. So ambition has played an absolute huge part in this growth. Still both professional, both described as wonder kids. Is he still got 1? His ambition's up at 3. His ambition has grown. Well, I think we're dilly-dallying. We're limping through this so far. And I'm going to jump 3 years. I think 3 years is a decent enough jump. Yeah, let's go 3 years. Okay. So we're now, the difference between the two is 18 in terms of attribute. Alessandro is at 199. He's basically there. Umberto has climbed to 181. It's taken him a bit longer, but he's still now world class. So after he came back from Firth, he went straight into the Nice first team, where he's become a little bit of a superstar, hasn't he? He's now got 10 in 18 for France as well. He looks the business. Let's have a look at his hiddens. His ambitions now moved to 13. So again, we established this in was it the work rate experiment we did on the channel? The first few years they really did struggle until they upped that deficit in their attributes, and as soon as they hit a certain point, boom, they were fine. And it looks like Umberto, he was really struggling until he's upped his ambition, and bang, he's off to the races. He is not as good though as Alessandro. Alessandro is phenomenal. They're both playing as number 10. They are both trained to be played as number 10. Did not realise that. He is playing, he played every single game of that season. Started every Premier League game. The Manchester City have won the league in the most recent season. So he's a Premier League champion. Tottenham have won 3. I get it. Tottenham do win a few trophies, but they're just up there. Alessandro, 29 in 44 for Italy. As we've seen, 10 in 18 for Umberto. Umberto's getting there. Will he get a big move away from Nice? Or is he going to carry Nice to glory? How are Nice doing? At the start of the experiment, before they finished 5th, in the first couple of years they continued finishing 5th, then they've gone 4th, 3rd, and then 3 years in a row they've come 2nd. So to be just coming behind PSG is not too shabby, is it? It's as good as taking the league. Okay, so we have seen Alessandro is a league champion in England. Umberto has just missed out. Can he do it with Nice though, or will he move on? I think he's going to move. within the next 3 years, because we are jumping through 3 more years. And what I will just say, if you are still watching this video at this point, consider giving me a subscribe if you've not already. Go and check out some of the other stuff after this one, of course. So we are 3 years further on. Alessandro's remained at 199. Umberto is wanted by Bayern Munich. He's also at 199. In terms of games and goals, he's actually got more goals. That being said, he's playing in an easier league, isn't he? But then Alessandro is playing for Man City, who are a much better team. Let's have a look at them then. 55 in 77 for Italy, whereas Umberto has got 34 and 49 for France. If we compare the two of them, that is the polygon breakdown. Umberto's better technically, but much worse defensively. Slightly worse mentally. Not for sale, apparently. His contract's up in 2035. Will he still be here? Because we're going to be back in 2030. It's going to be another 3-year jump. Will he still be here? Or will he move in the meantime? Will a bid come in too big to turn down? As you can see, Alessandro is on a hell of a lot more money. £475,000 a week. And if we go and have a look at OG Nice, unfortunately, the last 3 years. So here we go. Yeah, second and then third. So third, second, second. So again, it's been PSG every single year. Boring. In terms of the Premier League, well, Man City in the last 3 years have not won it. It has been Newcastle, Liverpool, Newcastle, Ernesto Valverde, and he's also taken them to a Champions League in 2031. No Champions Leagues for Man City. A runner-up losing to Napoli. Couple for Real Madrid, couple for PSG. 3 for Real Madrid. 1 for Newcastle, as you can see. 2 runner-ups for Real Madrid there as well. What the hell has happened to Erling Haaland? 13 appearances off the bench here. What? So he's playing second fiddle to Alessandro. Alessandro's keeping Erling Haaland out of the team. Erling Haaland's just coming on off the bench. Man City have no manager. Pep Guardiola has just left. So he was sacked. He was sacked in 2023. Diego Simeone came in. He's then been sacked. And they've gone back to Pep, who has won the league, won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. And he said, you know what? I'm off. Bye-bye. Left them managerless. Okay. Well, in terms of international accolades, we've seen 55 in 77 and 34 in 49. We have checked that. My apologies. Okay. Oh, this has rumbled on. Why do we always do this? Let's go 3 more years then. Let's see if Umberto gets that move to Bayern Munich. He's still there. He's still there. He's wanted by Tottenham and Bayern Munich this time. He's had another year added to his contract. No plans for the future. So Umberto, 63 and 83 for France. Let's have a quick look at his hidden attributes. His ambitions now remained at 13. So he stayed at Nice, which is surprising. Have Nice managed to win the league? They have. Oh my God, Nice have won the league. Nice have just beaten PSG in the most recent season, winning by 5 points. And in terms of Umberto, he got 28 in 34. He was absolutely prolific. And Nice have chipped away, and done it. After finishing third a couple of times and second like 7 or 8 times in 10 years. To finally topple PSG, it's a sight to behold. Go on, Nice. I'm actually really pleased for Umberto. Man City can't buy a win in the Premier League. Alessandro ambition is just, he's gone to City and he's not doing it, is he? Liverpool bought Benny Sesko. 6 clear of Alessandro in the goal scorer charts. As you can see here, 2 for Tottenham in the top of the average player rating. And they finished 3rd on goal difference by a goal to Man City. In terms of past winners though, Tottenham have won 2 of the last 3. Arsenal winning most recently. Vincent Kompany is in charge of Manchester City, and Erling Haaland, 34 years old, wanted by PSG, Milan, starting to decline. He doesn't look as dominant as he once was, and he's not playing anywhere near. He's had a very muted career, to be honest, and I think it's Alessandro's fault. You can't argue that Alessandro's arguably at his peak has been better than Erling Haaland was. But that being said, play them both, right? Change your system. Or play him in number 10. He can do. Kind of striker or something. I don't know. So Umberto's got 1 more year on his contract. Will he stay at Nice or will he go? Going to go through 1 year just to see if he stays. He's finally gone. He went to Bayern Munich and wow, £171 million, potentially rising to £191 million. Minimum cost of 152, so the add-ons were insane. Bayern Munich have splashed their cash. Not that they needed to. Like, they've won every single season. You look at that, £196 in terms of players out. And he spent £124 million on players coming in. You got to say, for the longevity of a club, it's a very good move. It's a very, very good move. All right, well, they're 29. He's gone to Bayern. Alessandro's at City. They've both hit the potential. Let's accelerate this now. We're going to jump through to... I'm going to look to try and get to the end of their careers. And then we're going to look back and see what's happened. So, come on then. Let's jump through... I'm going to jump through 8 years and see if they're still there. Right, so in 2044, they were both gone. Doesn't say they're retiring. Alessandro's still at City. Umberto still at Bayern, and they've maintained themselves here. 36 years old, 169, 167. In terms of careers, then it's Alessandro who has, well, in terms of the league, he's got 200 odd games more, about 50 more goals. Still playing every game for Man City. An absolute stormer of a career. He's dominated for Bayern Munich for a good few years. Must have had a big injury there. Only played 19 games. Unusual. But there you have it. We have got very successful careers for the pair of them. In terms of overall ability, let's move to the left. 7.43 for Umberto, 7.39. So I think ever since Umberto really started to kick on, and we saw ambition had jumped from 1 or 3 it had gone to 13. The writing was on the wall that they're both going to have very similar careers, and it has happened in that sort of fashion. In terms of the English Premier Division then, Man City have won 3 more, but then the last 3 years has been all Tottenham. The Man City have won, he's a Premier League champion multiple times. And in 2037, they won the Champions League. So he's a Champions League winner, as is Umberto, who's won it 3 times with Bayern Munich. Because he moved to Bayern Munich in 2035-36. So they won the Champions League the season they splashed £191 million on Umberto. So a very good signing, and they've won it a few times since then. So he's won 3 Champions Leagues, 1 Champions League for Alessandro. Plenty of domestic trophies. Bayern Munich, of course, have just walked the Bundesliga. They haven't. The first season, Matey Boy was there. They won the Bundesliga, as they had done every other year they expected. And Borussia Dortmund won it twice. There we go. We've had a bit of a good time here. Let's have a look at Footballer of the Year. Ooh. Okay. Alessandro has won 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's 3 apiece. It's 3 all. Golden ball. 1, 2, 3 for Alessandro. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Umberto. So he's taken that. Alessandro has got 162 in 184 for Italy. Umberto's got 121 in 170 for France. So in this experiment, 3 World Cups for Italy. 4 times they're going to be runner up. No World Cups for France. They won a Euros in 2028. England have come runner up again, losing to Portugal. Serbia beating Italy. Italy have had the better of it in terms of international accolades. Have a quick look at England. Ralph watch. You know what time it is. He's there. He's there. Can you believe this? No England manager has been sacked. Yet no one's won anything. No Euros, no World Cups. They've got to the final plenty of times. No one got sacked. Every single person resigned. Have you ever seen it? But of course, Ralph was there. Happy days. There was much rejoicing. And that will call a time on this experiment, gang. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, like I said earlier, drop a like on the video. If you're still watching and you've not already, please do think about subscribing to the channel. There's a lot more there, and there's a lot more coming. Speaking of a lot more coming, I want to say thank you so much to everyone who has given me suggestions in comments of previous videos. Please don't think I've just replied and I'm ignoring you. There are lots of experiments that people have suggested. There are lots more coming. I've made so many. I've already brought some to the channel, but there's a lot more I've already started the beginning processes of. I'm sure you can appreciate building the databases and making sure everything works and the sim works and it's semi-interesting. Has got to be, it takes time, right? And so, yeah, thank you for being patient with me. That being said, Do keep bringing your ideas. I do love to hear them. And if you've got any ideas in the comments down below, let me know what you'd like to see. Or just let me know what you thought of this video. If you liked it, brilliant. If you didn't like it, tell me what you didn't like. I'm not above constructive feedback, but don't be a dickhead about it. Other than that, yeah, thank you very much for everyone who's helped support this channel so far. We are on the push for 2,000 subscribers, so if you haven't, like I say, please do subscribe. And come back soon. Take good care of yourselves, gang. I will see you soon.